he selected a team of 70 to help Moses. Now, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people here, so 70 wasn't a huge number percentage-wise, but it was 70 people. Now, this wasn't his only option. He made a choice. He could have taken another approach. He could have frightened them into submission with fire and brimstone. And he could have resorted to the signs and wonders that he'd already showed in Egypt, but he'd done a lot of that already. Okay? Instead, the Lord decided he would work through the people themselves. And he would expand the role of his Holy Spirit in the congregation. He wouldn't function simply through the actions and voice of one gifted leader. He would offer similar gifts to a number of leaders who would work together. And it says, "And I will take some of the Spirit which is upon you, Moses, and I will put it upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with you, that you may not bear it yourself alone." Because they had received a special measure of the Spirit of the Lord, they too could minister to the people. If someone were immobilized by fear, they could encourage that person to take heart. If there were a dispute to be settled, they could help resolve it. If the people needed vision and hope and assurance that the future belonged to God and he would see them through, they could help provide it. And you remember Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, back in Exodus 18. He told Moses the same thing. You can't do it all yourself. You have to have other people help you because there are too many people to reach. There are too many lives to touch, and not one person can possibly do it. Now, this fundamental dimension of partnership, characteristic of those tribal elders back in 1250 BC, is just the quality that characterized the leadership in the early church. When Paul writes to the church at Philippi, listen again to what he says. He says, "I thank my God in all my remembrance of you. Thankful for your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now." And just think, this congregation, you've been here over 200 years. You've been here over 200 years. Paul could be writing these words to you. I'm thankful for your partnership in the gospel until now. People who are with the Lord, who are the saints in heaven, are praying for us, Revelation 5 and 8, as we worship in our sanctuary, in the sanctuary here this morning. He says, "Thankful for your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now, and I'm sure that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Christ." And so, just as it was with the elders in Israel, so also